Okay, so this is yet another battle report between the KOE and the Warriors of the Dark Gods. This time it's 6,000 points in preparation for a tournament, up and coming tournament. Like I said before, I'm not going to be going to the tournament, but I'm attempting to help any way I can the players that are actually going out of the club. So from left to right, we have some type of unit that has throwing weapons on the KOE side. 3 Pegasi Knights, looks like 4 actually. A large unit of Knights here, 1 bus, one Lance, and a unit of Man-at-Arms and a Reliquary. Me, I have the Crusher bus on the far left. In the middle, I have another Crusher bus there, right behind some Fallen, about 10 Hounds, some Barbarians, and so forth. In my turn, I march them forward. Well, not in my turn, but it's actually the Vanguard phase. They go forward like so. My opponent decides to charge in his phase. He gets the first turn. He's going to try to make a long charge here. I'm going to stand and shoot as a reaction because his charge is so long, and I might be able to pluck off a Knight or one of these guys here. Yeah, he also has 2 Trebuchets, which are going to be a problem throughout the game for me to actually get to. He's moving quite aggressively. He pushes his Pegasi Knights forward to get them into a position where they can hit the Warriors. My Warriors have great weapons, and there's about 20 of them, so nothing to really scoff at. Over on the far right, my Fallen, they don't really have anything else to do. I think I actually made a boo-boo in my deployment. I probably should have had the Warriors on the far left behind the other Fallen. Sorry about this. This is a blurry picture. I don't even know how this picture got into there, but yeah, I think my deployment was a little bit off, and I could have actually had the Barbarians closer in to share from the leadership. So he makes an attempt to charge with another unit. That unit flees. Or he actually might have done some wounds in the unit that fled. And they fled through the Barbarians, which broke off their leadership, and they fled. I think actually those Barbarian horsemen were of lust, so they shouldn't have panicked. But anywho, that's how it looks so far. So those guys are going to have to turn around, which puts me in a little predicament on the following turns, because I like to have those Barbarians up there as a brick that just kind of sits there. It takes 5 to hit them if you're better than weapon skill 4, so it's not bad. I put the Chimera forward like that, and I put the Hounds up there to try to slow him down, just in case. But I made one crucial error. He was able to see right through, so one of his characters could actually charge the Chimera, and that he does. And over here, he was able to make a charge to the flank of the Warriors after defeating the Fallen. The way the Fallen were sitting, he could get a side flank on those Warriors. That's kind of scary too, because it's on the flank of them. They're not getting that bonus to hit. In close combat, he was able to kill the Chimera. I didn't make any regen saves at all. 5 wounds, toughness 5, decent armor. I should have, I thought he was going to be able to make it, but apparently not. His character was strength 6 in the charge. I moved my Fallen up right in front of his character, so if he's going to have to he's going to have to charge the Fallen, and that'll buy me some time. I might be able to set up something later. In close combat over here, he was able to do 2 to 3 wounds, and the Warriors stuck. They made their leadership on stubborn, so that's good. And I move the rest of my units up like that to accept a charge from 1 or 2 of those units, those major units. I have two big characters in that Crusher bus, and 1 medium character there. Those 2 big characters are character killers. One is made for killing characters, one is made for killing units. But both actually are made of killing characters, because both pretty much take away armor. So, and their initiative is fast. Well, one of them's fast, and the other one has to take a potion in order to get there. In close combat, the Hounds do quite well in close combat up at the top, but they still failed. They lost in close combat, and they fled right there in front of his units, which I'm not too... Actually, I know what's going to happen. They just end up charging those guys, and those Hounds are going to be a bane in my side. Thorn, if you will. He was also able to make contact with the Barbarians as well, he's going to take 5s in order to hit him. Now over here, it seems like this is a bad place because the lance could run through and run into my main unit. But actually, we looked at it, and he was going to go right past my main unit if he overruns off of the Fallen. So that's going to be good. He's going to run into the War Shrine. Hopefully the War Shrine can hold up with its forward ward save. Over here in close combat with the Knights, I don't fear this Knight unit whatsoever. My Lords, one of them is strength 8 in close combat, and the other one just takes away all armor and does D3 wounds. So I'm not really afraid there. It's like 30. It's almost 30 attacks that comes off that unit on average. So it's not unsurmountable. In close combat with the Warriors, they were able to reform. They're not able to actually do wounds on this guy. They just can't get through. I mean, at strength 6 and a lot of attacks, you would think that one would get through, but they're not getting any through. He has a 1-up rerollable armor save. And over here in close combat, I don't even know why I have pictures of this. This is going to be a slaughter for sure. I think I was able to kill one Knight before they actually died. And over here, my hounds failed to rally, and so they ran right in front of the mob, right in front of my crusher. So that's not good. That's going to hinder me from actually being able to do anything really good. He overran it. He actually ran right into the War Shrine. Hopefully the War Shrine can make some ward saves and perhaps stall him for a second so I can get that nice juicy flank. In close combat, the Crushers, he took out one Crusher. He might have taken out 2. I think he actually only took out 1. And then they just slaughtered the unit. Over here in close combat, still pillow fighting with this guy. He's killing warriors, but not enough to actually make a difference. Yeah, he still has some fast movers around here. They're going to be at Thorn later on. I know it. I can't really do anything about it because all my shooting is gone for the most part. No, actually, it is all gone. My magic phase, I'm not really doing anything with my magic because it's a bounce spell. It's a single bounce spell, so I have to throw all my dice at it, and even then, it's not really doing anything for me. Yeah, in this close combat, hopefully this thing stands up. But I think he actually, yeah, when he actually overran within an inch of it. He didn't actually run into it, so he's going to have to actually make a charge into it. So that's going to buy some time, actually. And then in his turn, he actually charges it. He was able to charge a large unit of bowmen into the Warriors. I'm thinking the Warriors should be able to stand up, but then again, with that character, making combat resolution, and then he has also that static combat resolution, most likely those Warriors are doomed. Because static combat resolution is where they struggle at. I mean, they can throw out wounds all day, but if they have a guy in front that doesn't really want to take wounds, and then we can't really do many wounds back on the other side, it's not really going to be. It's not going to be good for them. Here's another image of the charge. The shrine is not actually backwards; it just moves them like that so you can actually get the models in base contact. It makes a difference. The shrine didn't do so hot. It ran. He chased it. I believe he didn't really catch it. Yep, he didn't really catch it. And he was also able to crush the Crusher bus because I had the challenge, and then once the challenge was won, a failed close combat. He had a charge, a bunch of wounds, and he overran the Crushers. That's why I hate having to challenge. It doesn't make any sense why I should have to give my units up like that over a stupid rule. You know, Army's already handicapped enough, but not having any shooting. Over here in close combat, I was able to charge into the flank. No, I didn't charge into the flank. I actually turned the Crushers to charge in the flank, but he was actually able to, in his turn, overrun the shrine and get out of the way. And then he has his characters set up in his turn, like so. We're looking at a frontal charge from the Pegasi, and a frontal charge from the character, and he also has another character. He's going to do a frontal charge. In my turn, I actually was able to charge my character out and hit his lance in the rear. I was able to kill one character. He was able to turn around to face me. That's fine. Maybe I might be able to get some combat resolution enough to actually break him, but then again, he's going to be steadfast. Yeah. Over here, the warriors are fighting to the very last man, as warriors do. I think his character might have fallen out of close combat over here, actually. So his character actually got away. And, so we got 2 warriors left fighting a unit of bowmen. You would think they would do well, but because of great weapons, it slows them down, so he's able to get wounds through before his time. He was able to, in his turn, he was able to charge my flank, my front with his character. So he has 2 characters and a Pegasi unit. Really not scared there, actually. I have enough characters that are actually, but enough characters to actually do the job. The problem is, though, what am I going to do? Am I going to challenge? I mean, I guess I'm going to have to challenge with my actual secondary lord. He has strength 8 and he has a potion of speed, and he has a 1-up rerollable armor save. So he's pretty tanky and pretty destructive as well. So he's going to be making the challenge. In close combat, his Pegasi actually failed their leadership, and then in the challenge, my character did 4 wounds, and then he rolls. All game long, he's been rolling nothing but 5s to ward save, and he rolls 4 1s and dies to the Crusher Lord. It's about daggone time. Throughout the entire game, he was just all these rolls of 5-up ward save. He was just killing it. And then over here, the Pegasi, they failed their leadership test, and then they were only able to hit on 5s. So the Crushers cleaned their clock, and then my general killed another character. So I think he's killed 3 characters out of that unit so far. I haven't even been using the bonus for winning challenges at all. It's not even a purpose to it actually right now. So I don't really even pay attention to it. But Crushers did well. They overran. They had to. Over here in close combat, here's another challenge happens, and I think he kills yet another character. They're steadfast and they stick. I was hoping to actually break that unit, and that would have made the game go in my favor. But as it stands, it's a draw. This is pretty much what he has left. His trebuchets ended up, one of them ended up misfiring and wasn't able to fire the whole game. The other one just couldn't hit. And then I kept on having like the luck stone and luck shield and everything like that. It was making them upset. But hey, I have to protect my neck. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you guys enjoyed the battle report. Subscribe and comment. Thank you for listening and watching.